Alrighty, so things just ain't looking good for Jonathan Majors right now, regardless of the fact that his lawyers have come out that they have evidences that would exonerate him from the current assault and harassment allegation charges that he's currently facing. Well, things that they're releasing still doesn't look like it's exonerating him, because the so-called text messages that they released from the girlfriend to him indicates that they actually got in a fight. I don't know how much that's going to help him, even though it doesn't seem like he's the one that started the fight. It still seems that they got in a fight, and even though the girlfriend is recanting, it still seems like he might be maybe not, maybe guilty, maybe not. I don't know. However, what I do know is the reaction of a lot of people, because people have been throwing Jonathan Majors under the bus. As a result, Jonathan Majors has actually lost one of his gigs. I mean, I think he lost an ad from the US Army that is supposed to be a recruitment ad or some sort, and now a lot of people have been throwing more backlashes at him. There are some people that are starting to like him a lot less because they found out that Jonathan Majors, a black man, is dating a white woman. And this is where Dr. Umar Johnson comes in. Dr. Umar Johnson has made himself some sort of a snow bunny specialist in the last couple of years, because he's vehemently against interracial marriages, not with other races, but particularly black men having interracial relationship with white women, specifically outside of black race. Now, he's somebody who has said before that black men should only marry black women. If they can't find a good enough black woman in America, they should go to the Caribbeans and find a black woman. If they can't find one there, they should go to Africa and find one. Just so you know the sort of person that Dr. Umar Johnson is, if you didn't know beforehand. Now, while I want to credit him because he's one of the few that has been defending Jonathan Majors, the reason he's now saying this is happening to Jonathan Majors is a little bit ridiculous and ludicrous to me, because he is actually blaming what's happening to Jonathan Majors on white supremacy. You can't make this stuff up.
Pale people bruise easily. So if Jonathan Majors smacked this woman up, gripped her up, choked her up, as alleged, she should have purple bruises, red bruises, hand marks, finger marks. Pale people bruise easily. So if they're saying that there's hardly any bruises, then no way in hell am I inclined to believe that this brother is guilty of these allegations. But in the Me Too era, in the Me Too era, where white supremacy wears one of its favorite disguises, which is feminism, in the Me Too era, where white supremacy wears one of its favorite disguises, which is feminism, they now try, convict, and sentence black men in the court of public opinion. Jonathan Majors has already been lynched in the court of public opinion. Why did the military cancel his ad campaign?
It's simple, because the woke mob demands it. People that are actually asking for these things, people that actually lay this groundwork, are people that are bought into your own woke rhetoric. They're bought into different woke rhetoric. There is the transgender agenda woke rhetoric. There is the blackity black back to Africa, Black Lives Matter woke rhetoric, the side of rhetoric that you're pushing. These people are bought into all of this rhetoric. And there is the feminist rhetoric as well, the woke feminist rhetoric. All the infinity stones of wokeness. That's why he's getting canceled right now, because of people like you. Now, this guy also goes on to vehemently warn black men against white women by telling them that white women are more dangerous than lions and tigers. You can't make this stuff up, I tell ya, you can't.
Here's what I want to say. What bothers me the most about the Jonathan Majors situation, totally preventable. Snow bunny hunting is the most dangerous form of hunting you can do in the United States of America as a black man. It is more dangerous to hunt for a snow bunny than it is to hunt for a lion, a tiger, a bear. The most dangerous form of hunting for the black man in America is snow bunny hunting.
Snow bunny hunting, indeed. Do you guys realize that these people, these woke mindset, these blackity black back to Africa type people, always find a way to elevate the white man, or in this case the white woman, beyond all measures? They always elevate them to some kind of god status, because if you think about it, lions and tigers are seen as kings and queens. They are the king and queens of the jungle, aren't they? Most people who refer to themselves as lions always use the emblement of lions as rulership, as the kings. Anything higher than that is God. This is why these people continue to push this idea that you as a black person need to be afraid of a white person because they are your God. I guarantee you that white supremacists, they will love Dr. Umar Johnson. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they are secretly funding him because he's helping them push the message that they have been long wanting to push towards black people. When they formed Jim Crow laws, they actually put a ban against interracial marriages. Now, people like Martin Luther King came to fight against those things. Joe Lewis's, they came to fight against those things. Sojourner Truth, they came to fight against all of these limitations that have been put on black people. However, this is the exact limitation that people like this want black people to adopt once again, to be scared of the white man, to want a safe space, to be within themselves, to not intermingle with white people because white people are so dangerous. They are so strong. They are so powerful. They are more powerful than you because you are just weak, regardless of the fact that what's happening, like in the case of Jonathan Majors, also happened to white people as well. Imagine this guy making it look like what happened to Jonathan Majors is happening to all black men.
They now try, convict, sentence black men in the court of public.
However, in reality, it is only happening to Jonathan Majors. He uses the language that they are now lynching black men in the court of public opinion, whereas it's only happening to Jonathan Majors. However, when Jonathan Majors was getting all of this plaudits for all of his achievements and his accolade, was he doing it for black people or was he doing it for Jonathan Majors? Simple answer is he was doing it for Jonathan Majors. Period. He wasn't doing it for no black people. So how come is it that when black person is successful, it's not all black people? Your Tyler Perry's, your Jay-Z's, your Beyonce's, and the likes of them, they're all successful, but you don't say black people are successful when they're successful. However, if one thing happens to one black man, oh, it's all black people. These are the messaging and the way they're using, brainwashing black people into continuously thinking that you are oppressed. What happened to Jonathan Majors, we've seen it happen to Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp happens to be a white person who was also a victim of the Me Too era. Not a black thing happened to him. He lost his role as Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, a massive role, right? He also lost his role as Grindelwald at Fantastic Beasts. He was cancelled from all of his endorsement as a result of allegations. He's not the only one. What about Justin Roiland of Rick and Morty? Justin Roiland was just dropped by Adult Swim from his own show, a show that he co-founded, and he's one of the voices of that show. He's being dropped and he's not been brought back, regardless of the fact that the domestic violence allegations against him has been cleared. And last I checked, he's white. So why is it that when it's happening to white people, no, you don't say anything about it, you ignore it because they're not the same skin color as yourself? However, when it's happening to a black man, you tell your black people that, oh, it's happening to all of us. It is such a shame that a woke mindset is turning somebody who is supposed to be as intelligent and knowledgeable as this guy into an ignoramus, because in my own personal opinion, wokeness is a disease that actually hinders black people from actually thinking rationally. And when it also comes to you trying to say this is white supremacists trying to get Jonathan Majors, guess who's pressing charges? The New York District Attorney. Who's that? It's a black man named Alvin Bragg, the same person that is indicting a former president, as we well know right now. So my brother, again, I want to ask you, where does white supremacy comes into all this? It totally beats me. But this is the kind of messaging that resonates with black people with an oppressed mindset. And it is just so sad to see.